Hi everyone, I'm making this video not only for little kids, but also for their parents who want to help their kids. And also, this video may help the elder students, like you already learned a lot of math. However, you cannot calculate correctly, and then you fail the test. You may think you are so smart, you understand all the concept from your teacher. However, when it goes to test, you can never carry out the correct answer. So in this video, I will help you with those concepts of the formulas. If you understand the formulas, then you can prevent another calculating mistake, or you say careless mistake. According to my experience, a lot of the students thought they had careless mistake, but probably not careless. Probably is your concept for calculating is not correct. So for example, if you go to store and purchase 3 cups of coffee and 2 cones of ice creams and 5 apples, how you pay? I think most people have no problem to pay correctly. However, when the test is not a word problem, the test is a bunch of the operations like this. How you pay? And many students will have a lot of trouble to have the answer correct. My example here is not a very hard example because I try to make this video for little kids. But when the question or the calculating sentence become very, very complicated, then a lot of students will make a mistake at that time. Okay, so this is my very last page for this video. So let me start from my first page, and I will talk about the concept of the math symbol. So you will have some foundation review before we goes to the order operations in the end of this video. So let me slowly go up. So I will talk about distributive property and explain why this property have to be this way, but not the other way. Okay, all the properties or formulas or mathematical sentence, all the concept should be matched to our real life. In other words, you follow your math teacher to calculate the answer should be follow the real life. And then I'm going to talk about my own property, CAP, because a lot of time you are allowed to jump to calculate. You can jump to calculate. You don't need to always follow from left to right to calculate. Now, why is that? I will explain pretty soon. Okay, so associative property and the commutative property. So commutative property and the associative property only good for multiplication and addition. So we are going to talk about this first. But before I start, I have something extra to remind to the students. For young kids, pretty soon, or you already heard what negative means, and why the sign of negative looks like the same as minus. And are they the same? Okay, so I circle these two signs. One is negative, one means minus. When you talk about minus, it's operation. And when you talk about a sign, negative is a concept. So when you have no money inside your pocket, so you have $0. And you want to spend $6, so you want to take away $6 from your pocket. So when you take away, it's minus, okay? Or you want to pay, so we call this minus. But you have $0. How you minus 6? You cannot pay, so you have to borrow $6. Therefore, you will be in debt. You have to borrow money from others. So actually, now after you pay $6, now you don't have $0. You have negative $6 indeed. The symbol may indicate either the operations minus or the sign negative. So in the beginning, there's an extra thing. It's not the whole purpose of this video. However, when we talk about order of operations, today we are going to talk about minus, subtraction. Okay, now order operations not only involve addition, multiplication, division, subtraction, also involve exponent and parentheses. We don't talk too much detail in this video, but I would like to make sure you understand the basic concept of the addition, multiplication, division, and division and subtraction. Yes. Okay. First, commutative property. When you have all the way same numbers to add, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. How to count, right? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You want to plus 4 7 times. So 7 times 4 plus together. So that's a new notation, kind of a shortcut notation. When you want to plus the same number many times. So we use this symbol. Sorry. We use multiplication sign, or we call times. That's a new notation. This new notation is a shortcut for addition. So if you want to add 4, how many times? 100 times. Then we denote as 100 times 4. Now students will ask me, is 100 times 4 equal to 4 times 100? Yes, But why? Some students say, oh, easy to understand. 2 times 3 equals to 3 times 2. And 4 times 5 equals to 5 times 4. Therefore, yes. But as a math teacher, I won't teach this way because you know these 2 examples, yes. Doesn't mean all the examples will be yes. Even though for the multiplication, yes. Okay. Now I want to show you why it's yes. I don't want my students always just listen to teacher and no matter you agree with your teacher or no matter you understand your teacher, you just memorize whatever your teacher said. That's not good because if you don't understand, it's really hard to memorize. At least for me, I'm not a good person. I'm not a good memorized person. I should understand or at least agree. When I grow older, I would like to see the proof. But actually, when you are young kids, it's too hard to show you the proof. And sometimes it's not easy to prove. But at least I can kind of convince you with more things, more evidence. Okay, so let me choose a smaller number. Not 100 is too big a number for me to explain the commutative property for multiplications. And for addition, yes, same thing. 4 plus 7 equals to 7 plus 4. I think this is kind of obvious, so you can just use something to count and you can understand. I don't think I want to spend time to talking about the commutative property for addition, but it's interesting to talk about the commutative property for multiplication. So let me show you the example. We use 7 times 4 and 4 times 7. So it goes to next page. When you have 5 so many very cute soldiers stand there for you to there and for you to count how many soldiers here, you may calculate by the rule. 7, right? You can calculate this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 7, 7, 7. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus them all together, you know how to calculate, right? 28. So you will say 14 plus 14. How do you know that? How can you group them to add? I will talk about pretty soon. We call this associative property. But if you don't group them, you can say, okay, that's a 14. 7 plus 7 is 14. And 14 plus 7 is 21. 21 plus 7 is 28. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, you can denote 4 times 7 right now and the total. So we just learned or remind you the concept. 4 times 7 is the same number plus 4 times. Okay. So, and for the same soldier, same amount of the soldier, you can either count by the row or you can count by the column. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So how many 4? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 columns. So it is 7 times 4 plus together. So you plus 4 7 times. And it's same thing you can calculate. is basically this amount of the soldier. Do you believe is the same soldier there? Yes. So if you already count by the rule, total is 28. Without counting again, do you believe this number should be 28? Yes, sure, right? Because they are the same amount of soldiers standing there. But if you don't believe this concept, you can still calculate to be for sure. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 4, 12. 12 plus 4, 16. 16 plus 4, 20. 20 plus 4, 24. 24 plus 4, 28. So we keep going. When you have same amount of soldier standing there, you can either calculate by the rule, so you have 4 times 7, and you may either calculate by the column, so you can have 4 times 7, same as 7 times 4, because you are talking about the same amount of the soldiers standing there. So this is the multiplication, commutative property for multiplication. And after you understand, after you spend so much effort to watch this video, I think it's easier to memorize the commutative property than without understanding and just memorize. Okay, so addition has the same property, but let me remind you the subtraction. 4 minus 7 and the 7 minus 4. No, not equal. Okay, and the division 4 divided by 7, 7 divided by 4. We don't have this property. So when you have question ask you 4 minus 7, don't change it to 7 minus 4. Okay, I know. I agree. 7 minus 4 easier to subtract. 4 minus 7 not enough. Your pocket has only $4 and you want to pay $7. You don't have enough money to pay. Okay, so for the math question, when you know how to do it, you go ahead to do it. When you don't know how to do it, you may wait to learn more. Don't create your own math and then do whatever you want. Sometimes or most of the time, your own creation probably not correct. Okay, so again, the commutative property only good for addition and multiplication, not good for subtraction and division. Same thing when we talk about associative property. It's only good for all the way addition. So don't mix addition with multiplication. No, only addition or only multiplication. In those cases, what associative property means? Without changing the order. Usually, we suppose operate from left to right. But can we do a little bit different? Can I plus these 2 first, plus these 3 first, and plus these 2 first? Yes, you can do that. Okay, and or you say no, I want to plus these 3 first, plus these 3 first. Yes, you can do whatever you want. Okay, without changing the orders. So in the end, you have 3, plus 12, plus 6, plus 24, and plus 10, you have 55. So this is called associative property. And for the multiplication, it's the same idea. You can group them and you can group these two first, or you want to group these two first, group this. You can make your own group and then do them first. Okay. So this is the associative property. Now, I only show you the examples or with kind of proof to show you the commutative property for multiplication. Same thing here, I'm not going to show you all the detailed proofs because this is not hard to understand and memorize. My purpose for this video is try to help you with something hard to memorize or understand. Okay, and with commutative property and associative property, this is my own creation. This is my own creation. Everyone knows this method. Everyone knows you are allowed to jump to add. Like when you have all the way to plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If only with associative property, you won't be allowed to add 1 and 9. You jump to add them. You jump to add them. Why you want to jump to add? Because 1 plus 9 is 10. 2 plus 8 is 10. It's easier to memorize, to calculate. But only associative property, you won't be allowed to do that. So you need to have commutative property to help you to jump to add. So let me show you. If you have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10. Can you use commutative property to make it 1 plus 9 together? Yes. You can switch and then switch, right? Commutative property. You can commutative property means you can change the order. 7 plus 9 equals to 9 plus 7. Since you are allowed to switch the order, change the order, then you can keep going, change is 9 and 6, right? And then you have 9 and 5. You have 9 and 4. You can change 9 and 3. You can change 9 and 2. So you have 1 plus 9 and plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 10, right? And they should be equal because commutative property allow you to switch the order, change the order. Okay, now associative property allow you to group them together. So after you have the same situation, you try the commutative property again and again and again. So let me do this way. So after you work very hard to change the order, so you are going to have 2 plus 8, 3 plus 7, 4 plus 6, and 5, and you have 10, because there's no another 5 for you to match together, and 10. So these two numbers just there. And 1 plus 9 here. 2 plus 8 here. How can I do that? I switch the order by using commutative property. And this 3 and 7, and 4 and 6. Okay, now I group them together. I group the number easy to, oh, sorry. I would like to change color. So I use associative property to group. Then what do we have now? So do you think by using jump property, or I created my own name, CAP, C-A-P, commutative property, associative property. Okay, so I have 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 10. So I have how many 10 here? I have 50 and plus 5. Then I can easily calculate. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 equals to 55. Same thing. You can jump to multiply. Like 1 times 10 is 10 easier. 2 times 5 is also 10, but I didn't do it here. Okay, that's okay. 4 times 5, 20, right? You can choose whatever the way is easier for you to calculate, and then you group them together, make sure it's easy for you to calculate. I don't think this number is easy to mental calculate, but just a fun example. Okay? Okay, so far, that's how you calculate. There's some tools for you to calculate. And one more is distributive property. Commutative property and associative property, you need to have all the way addition or all the way multiplication. How about if you have multiplication and addition mixed together? If you have 4 plus 3 times 9, can I say it's equal to 4 plus 7 times 4 plus 9? Like this one, distribute means you distribute the outside the parentheses, you have number 4. You distribute to inside the parentheses. Now, can I do this? No. Okay? So rule is the rule, but I try to explain the rule should fit into your real life. And if you try to make this a rule, our real life won't accept that. If you go to supermarket, you need to pay for 4 plus 27. Basically, when you have multiplication, you don't need the parentheses. I will talk about that pretty soon. Okay? And so you're supposed to pay 31. Let's see if you pay this way. 4 plus 3 is 12. And then times 4 plus 9. How to calculate? Pretty soon, next page, order of operations will tell you you need to multiply first. You will say, teacher, can I have 12 times 4 times 9 is 13, and then multiply. Sorry, that's not correct. Don't do that. Why? So I named this video order of operations because it's very important. It's not just a rule. I will tell you why not, why yes. Right? You cannot do whatever you want and you say, teacher, your rule is your rule. My rule is my rule. No. Okay. The rule I am going to show you is not my rule. I learned from my teacher, and how my teacher learned from her teacher, from their teachers, and those rules need to be matched to our real life. Okay. So if you, no matter you use the right rule or wrong rule, and forever, if you calculate right hand side, that's 48 plus 9 is 57. Wow. Or this one's 12 plus 13. Now 12 times 13 is more than 150 something. Okay, I don't have calculator. I don't want to calculate right now. It's even, you need to even pay more. Okay, 13, what's that? 156. Okay, do you want to pay this amount, or this amount, or this amount? You don't choose the smallest amount to pay, but you need to choose the right amount to pay, and you don't want to pay too much. Agree? Okay, so distributive property. Again, it works only for when multiplication sign is outside the parentheses. Then you can say, teacher, it's so easy. 4 times 12 is 48. Why you bother to distribute? Yes, if you have all real numbers inside or outside the parentheses, then inside the parentheses is 3 plus 9. Why not just plus them together? Yes, be smart. I will suggest you plus them, and then you have answer 4 times 12 is 48 right away. Okay, some algebra students, when they are young, when they were young, they know 4 times 12 easily. But after they learn distributive property, they try to do this way and make things very hard. Okay, so this rule only be easier for when you don't have real number inside. Sometimes you have x and y. If you have x and y, you cannot plus x, y, because you don't know what's equals to. In this case, you do need a distributive property. You calculate x. You want to see how many x there and how many y there. So you can see that in the end, you have 4x plus 4y. And how you plus x and y, I don't know. If you don't know, then you stop. Okay? So, in my class, many students will ask teacher to teach them how to start doing your question. How to start? Yes, how to start a question is pretty easy. Probably you say, teacher, you are math teacher, you say everything's easy. Okay, how to start is not too easy, but let me tell you how to start. How to start. It's very important. If this is the final answer, and you spend a lot of time to try to do a lot of math, and you go back to your question. Okay, so you should learn when and what is your final answer. Okay, so before I talk too much, and I would like to go back to distributive property. Say, if we don't have 3 plus 9, we have a banana plus an apple, or you say x, y. You cannot do that, right? But easier to, I use banana and apple. Why? Because you can think about the, let me erase those things here. So I don't want the screen is very messy. It's hard to understand. Okay. I will set this one here. So you don't have 3 and 9. And you have what? You have basket. Don't say this. A basket. Okay, that's a gift for your friend. So you brought 4 baskets to see your friend, to visit your friend. And each basket has 1 apple and 1 banana. Do you know how to count how many bananas you have and how many apples you have to bring for your friend? Yes, right? You will count bananas separately and count how many apples separately. So you have 4 bananas and 4 apples. So you have 4 times 3 plus 4 times 9. Okay. And after that, how to calculate? How to keep going is the next thing I want to talk about. And sometimes if we have, say we had 2 bananas, 3 apples, 2 bananas, 3 apples, 2 bananas, 3 apples, 2 bananas, 3 apples. So you have 2 bananas and 3 apples. Okay. So it seems 2 banana means banana plus banana. When you have the same thing plus together, you say 2 times, right? So when you don't see any operation, so when you see 2x, do you see any operation between 2 and the x? What's the operation between 2x and the x? It's always multiplication. I didn't plan to talk so much details, but I think I figured out something is important for you. There's another rule is when you have a number before a letter or you have 2 letters together, you don't see any operations. When you don't see any operations, it means multiplications. Multiplications, you can use dot or this cross sign. Okay? Now you say, teacher, 37. Do you mean it's 3 times 7? No. I mean either one number and before 1 letters or 2 letters. If you have 2 numbers together, it's 1 number. Okay? It's only 1 number. 1 number, you just follow 30 plus 7. Understand? There are some very confusing notations will confuse students. I agree that. So therefore, today's video, basically, I try to not to confuse students and I try to make you not to be confused by other notations. That's my purpose of this video. If I think about something important need to talk about, then I will just add to this video. And so far, this 2x or xy, the operation between 1 letter before one number before 1 letter, or the operation between 2 letters, it is always means multiplications. This is very important to you and very helpful to you. Okay, and if you are algebra students, then you understand if you have addition inside, then you can distribute. So yes, you have A times B and plus A times C. Be careful if you have different situation, then sorry. Okay? Now, yeah, extra thing A, B minus C. This means A times. Okay? If you have a data with a symbol or another data, okay, it also means multiplication. Then it goes to yes. And if you have subtraction, distributive property, also yes. But if you have multiplication inside, no. Okay, don't use no rule such that. If there's no rule, then don't do that. Don't do that. You just stop. If you don't, when you have no idea how to keep going, you may stop. Don't create your own math. That's very important thing. Okay, now next, finally, we can go to order of operations. So I assume you already studied all the concepts and all the properties I show you. And then let's go to the purchasing. And we try to calculate. So let me choose the right color. Which color is better? I don't know. This one? Okay. This one. So I have 3 cups of coffee and 2 ice creams and 5 apples. I want to talk about something very important called simplify. A lot of students always complain, teacher, you say everything is simple, it's easy because you are math teacher. And many students consider math teacher, they are all troublemakers. They try to make things very hard. I want to tell you, number one, I didn't create the whole math. Okay, I was a student. I learned math. So if you say I'm troublemaker, probably whoever the genius to create or discover so many useful math to the real life is good to the real life, but for students, you can say they are all troublemaker. Without them, you don't need to learn any math. I agree. Okay, but I'm not a troublemaker. My position here is to help you to get rid of the troubles. And let me tell you, whenever you see a very complicated mathematical sentence, first thing you have to learn how to simplify. Why simplify? You want to make things easier. Agree? When you make things easier, then math become easy. So again here, we try to use all the properties I show you here, and then we try to simplify the mathematical sentence. Number one, when you see a mathematical sentence with all the penalties, and when you see it's all the way addition, remember all the way addition, you can jump to add. You can group any way you want to add. Therefore, the penalties become not important. Basically, you don't need. Penalties is something like a protection. For example, if you have enemy outside your country, yes, you really want to build a great wall to protect you from an enemy go inside your country, right? But you don't need any protection here, actually, because you are all free to jump around everywhere. So, number one, if you are able to get rid of penalties, you want to get rid of penalties. And then, if you say, teacher, I'm just an elementary school kid, so can I just calculate this way? 5 plus 5 plus 5. So 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. 15 plus 3. If you don't have any skill, the easiest way is you calculate from left to right. From left to right. So 15 plus 3, 18. 18 plus 3, 21. 21 plus 2, 23. 25, 27, 29, 31 plus 2, 33. So your answer is 33. It should be right, and it's okay. You can do whatever you want. Okay? But if the sentence become longer and longer, and if I purchase 99, you don't want to do it. I purchased 99 cups of coffee, and I purchased 97 ice cream, and I purchased 96. There's a lot of items for you to add. So when you grow younger and younger, sorry, you grow older and older, you learn more and more math. You try to save your time. So you may say, okay, I group them together to become multiplication, right? Because I changed the note, okay? And after you change your note, I assume you already know how to use the timetable, even though I don't teach you how to memorize the timetable here. But in this video, I have to assume you know how to multiply, okay? Now, 3 plus 3, you say 2 times 3. So you try to use multiplication to take care of the question, because yes, you can do addition, but if whenever there's too many items, you want to use timetable to help you. Okay. Now when you go to timetable, there's one thing, extra thing I want to mention to you is whenever we try to do calculating on the math, I will suggest you write down equal sign under that. And every line you should write down an equal. Why you should write down equal? Make sure you don't change question. Don't change the question. What it means? This is my question, right? I ask you how much you should pay, and you said my question equals to this amount. If you change the question, the number you calculate won't be my answer. So when you write down equal, you want to make sure it's equal. You write down whatever you agree is equal. So when you write down equal, you want to double check. Do you think it's equal? Do you think it's equal? Do you think it's equal? Yes. When yes, then you can say equal. And then go to here. Do you think this is equal? Do you think this is equal? You need to be very, very careful to double check. And yes, it's equal. Now, after it's equal, then you are safe, and then you can keep going. Okay. Now, if you still start to calculate from left to right, when you have multiplication and addition mixed together, then you want to write answer. Okay? So that's what's the order of operations want to teach you. So let me erase some extra symbol here. Okay. So very important, equal sign can make sure you don't change the question. And the next, I want to show you some important concept. Okay. Order of operations is one of the tools to simplify. See, I say simplify, make math easy, right? Make math simple. So we try to simplify the whole operations to be only addition and the subtraction. See, when you have addition and the multiplication, things become harder. And how can you make it easier? Okay, so after we have only additions or only addition and subtractions, then we can start from left to right, but not right now. Okay? So let me carefully erase those yellow lines. Okay. Nice. Too many lines here, sorry. Okay. So how about on the test? If you see only this line, that's the test question. What should you do? You should follow order of operations. What's the order of operations? Let me show you here. First, you should take care of the penalties. Okay? And if you, after you take care of the penalties, you take out the exponent. I said that this video probably is, I'm making this video for the young kids, so you probably have not learned what's exponents yet. That's okay. And then when you don't see penalties, you will see 4 operations left. So when you have 4 operations, you should take care of these 2 first. After you take care of the multiplication or division, then the depth. What's depth? Only addition or subtraction depth. That's how you simplify. So let me go back to here. I say this rule not created by me. This rule is discovered, not created. Okay, no one invented this rule. No, but our genius mathematician that discovered the rule from the nature. So see how you pay for your purchase. Yes, you will pay for $15 first, right? And you pay for 2 times 3, 6. And you pay for $2 and you have 5. 5 times 2, 10. That's the way you pay, right? If this is the way you pay, what it means? Means you should take care of the multiplication first. Agree? Yes. So this is a very, very obvious example to show you if you see multiplication on the real life, you should multiply them first. Then you will pay the correct amount. If you don't, remember earlier on this page, if you don't, oh sorry, let me write down a new. Okay, if you don't follow this rule, how much you will pay? Let me show you. Okay. Oh, let me see. 56. Why is different? Different number. Oh, sorry. So this is not a 10. This is what? This is 12. So after that, what's that? Only addition that. Then you plus them from left to right, or you can jump to plus, doesn't matter. You have 21, yes. 21 plus 12 equals to 33. So match. So if you multiply first and then add later, then you will have the correct answer. Let me show you if you don't follow this rule. I say this rule is from the nature, not the mathematician create this rule. So you don't supposed to against with this rule. Now, if you don't do that, you say, teacher, can I do it from left to right? Wow, then what happened? From left to right, 3 times 5, yes. And then you need to plus 2, right? So let me do this way. So 3 times 5, 15, plus 2 is 17. Times 3, wow. 17 times 3, 50, 55. 55, then plus 6, 57. 57 times 2, wow, is 140. Different answer, right? Not even you need to pay more. It's different. It's not correct. Okay? So you should follow order of operations. Before you do all the operations, you want to take care of the penalties. I say take care of the penalties. Taking care of the penalties is the first step. You simplify your mathematical sentence. But how to get rid of the penalties? Number one, if you don't have any addition, multiplication, any symbol, any operation before, if you have only addition before the penalties, then you can just get rid of the penalties. But if you have other things, then you have to learn more. Gradually, if I have time, I will make more video to talking about how to get rid of the penalties. But how to get rid of penalties, I should not make one video for that, because depends on which level of the math you are learning. So how to get rid of the penalties, you just have to keep in mind. And then when you go to different level of the math, you have to learn, should I get rid of the penalties at this time or not? Hopefully in other video, when I talk about other math, you can see how you get rid of penalty in my other videos. Okay, so I think today, and today something I'm not going to focus on how to practice with order of operations, because my purpose of this video is only want to show you the concept of the properties, operations, or formulas, not show you how to do the more detailed calculatings, and it's not a replace of the lecture video. I'm not going to replace your school's lecture. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.